Within the last 10 minutes or so, we've heard that Turkish troops stationed close to the city of Mosul have now been withdrawn. Their deployment had led to a diplomatic spat between Baghdad and Ankara. Let's get more now on this by talking to Osama bin Javed, our correspondent who's in Erbil in northern Iraq. What more do we know about this? How many Turkish troops are moving and where are they moving to?
Yes, Martin, the details of this are still emerging. We know that the troops range from a number of between 150 to about 1,000. The Kurdish regional government's President Barzani's office has confirmed to us that this has happened after extensive negotiations between the Iraqi government and the Turkish government. As you know, that there has been a continuous row of words in the last few days between Baghdad and Ankara about these troops that have been deployed, and the large number of troops, the heavy military equipment, is now being seen as moving back. According to Peshmerga sources in the north of Iraq, we know that a number of trucks arrived in the area last night. They're on their way back. They're carrying these troops and some of the military hardware that came with these troops.
So are these troops going back into Turkey or are they moving to a different part of northern Iraq?
Well, that depends on who you speak to. If you speak to the Turkish side, they'll tell you that it's just a regular routine redeployment of troops, scaling them back into another area. But if you speak to the Kurdish Peshmerga forces, they'll tell you that this is a large-scale movement. They're going back. They're on their way out of Iraq. And that was the big bone of contention between the two sides, that these troops, Turkey insists that they came to these areas, specifically to the Bashiqa camp, on the request of the government of Iraq, while the Iraqi government has called it an infringement of its sovereignty. Last week we saw the Iraqi government wrote to the United Nations Security Council. It has been creating more and more diplomatic pressure on Turkey to scale back these troops, and Turkey has been insisting that it will not withdraw them. So the Iraqis are calling it a withdrawal and the Turkish are calling it simply a redeployment.
So whatever you call it, is this enough then to take the sting out of the frosty relations that we've been witnessing between Baghdad and Ankara over recent days?
Absolutely. I spoke to a couple of political analysts who were of the opinion that this is something that will symbolically take the pressure off of the Iraqi government as well, because you see, it's not just the Iraqi government that's doing this. Many analysts here believe that this is pressure that's coming on from various allies of the Iraqi government vis-a-vis Iran and Russia to put pressure on Turkey to scale back its operations. And there have also been protests in Baghdad by Iraqi militias. Yesterday, there were pro-Iranian NGOs who came out in Erbil to protest against the Turkish deployment. So there's a lot of internal pressure on the Iraqi government. So this will definitely help take off some steam. And also it allows for the Turks to save face, because they are not completely withdrawing from the Bashiqa camp. Some of the troops are being withdrawn as far as we know, but the rest of them who were training these Kurdish fighters who will still be stationed in the Bashiqa camp as military advisors and help in the push against ISIL in the areas around Mosul.
OK, thank you, Osama bin Javed, our correspondent live in Erbil in northern Iraq.